The top 10 best-selling Nintendo 64 games of all time. Number 10. Banjo-Kazooie, released by Rare on June 29, 1998, sold 3.6 million copies. This is the first of 4 games on this list made by Rare. This game, along with 6 others, were also games that were bundled with systems, which obviously helped sales. At number 9 on our list, we have Star Fox 64. Released on April 27, 1997, released by Nintendo, this game sold 4 million copies, and surprisingly is the first game on this list never to be bundled with a console system. Maybe that's why it didn't sell all that well. Coming in at number 8, we've got Diddy Kong Racing. The only game on our top 10 list that was developed and published by Rare, although that's just the top 10 list. They also developed and published this gem. Released on November 14th, 1997, Diddy Kong Racing sold 4.9 million copies. Developed by Rare and released on November 22nd, 1999, Donkey Kong 64 had a $22 million marketing budget. It was sold in bundles with expansion packs due to a bug in the code Rare couldn't resolve without the expansion pack. It was bundled with some of the coolest Nintendo 64 console bundles ever. The Jungle Green console is phenomenal looking and has the highest price point of all the consoles for Nintendo 64 today. This game eventually sold 5.3 million copies. At number 6 on our list, we have Pokemon Stadium, the only Pokemon game on the Nintendo 64 top 10 most sold. However, Pokemon Snap is number 11, so pretty close. Pokemon Stadium was released April 30th, 1999, and eventually this game went on to sell 5.5 million copies. At number 5 on our list, we have the one, the only, the original Super Smash Bros. The only game on this top 10 list not published by Nintendo or Rare, but instead published by HAL Laboratory. Released on January 21st, 1999, and this game sold 5.5 million copies. Super Smash Bros., Diddy Kong Racing, and Star Fox 64 are the only 3 games on this top 10 list not to be bundled with consoles. Released on November 21st, 1998, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time was a revolutionary step for the Zelda franchise as it leapt into 3D to critical acclaim, outselling its counterpart, number 12 on our list, Majora's Mask, by more than double. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time sold 7.6 million copies for the Nintendo 64. At number 3 on our list, we have GoldenEye 007, one of the best first-person shooters ever released. This game was a fan favorite of myself and all the kids in the neighborhood. Released by Rare on August 25th, 1997, just under 2 years after the movie was released, this game sold a total of over 8 million copies and is still considered one of the best video games of all time. Coming in at number 2 in our top 10 countdown of the best-selling Nintendo 64 games of all time, we've got Mario Kart 64. Released by Nintendo on December 14th, 1996, just before the holiday season, it managed to sell just under 10 million copies. The game completely revolutionized the Mario Kart genre by making the move to 3D. And that's right, you guessed it, the number 1 best-selling N64 game of all time, Mario 64. A groundbreaking new game completely changing past success, moving from a 2D platformer to 3 dimensions. Released January 23rd, 1996, this game changed everything I knew about gaming and sold almost 12 million units while taking the world by storm. And there you have it, a top 10 list of the best-selling N64 games of all time. So leave a comment below. What are your favorite games from this list? What games do you own from this list? What games have you played from this list? These are 5 of the top 10 that I own. And before you leave any hateful comments, I own these 2 games just on different platforms, not on 64.